So it may look like you got a permanent retwist. And I'm not saying that to be funny, like I'm being so serious. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, Urban Locks. It's your girl Kyra here, of course. And I'm here to tell you how I got my locks to be so thick. If you're looking for a magic answer in this video today, this is not the one for you. I'm gonna break it down how I achieved my beautiful thick locks. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little insight, okay? Because I know a lot of you come to me searching for answers on how to get thick locks. So I'm not gonna get into a whole bunch of science today. I just wanna break down the reason why my locks are this thick and help you realize if that's something that you can achieve or not, okay? If you have not already, hit that subscribe button down below and let's go ahead and jump into this video. So reason number one why my locks are so thick is because of this. Okay, so you guys, the thickness of your locks all comes down to nothing else matters if this first piece is missing. It all comes down to your individual hair density and just the amount of hair that you have on your head in general. I have extremely thick hair, as you can see, obviously thicker than most people. So what I did to get my locks thick was I did nothing special at all. Absolutely nothing. The type of hair that I have allowed for me to have thick locks without having to, you know, do anything. I just knew that I wanted this set to be like my last set. My last set I had 50 and they were thick, they were perfect. So I just went into this set knowing that I wanted to have around the same number. And that's what I did, you guys. Like, I'm telling you. So if you take two people, one, you take me and then you take somebody else who has more so hair that's on the thinner side or it's just not as full. If I have 50 locks and they have 50 locks, our locks are going to look completely different. And that is because, say for one lock, we'll just say a random example here. If I have 800 strands of hair in this one lock, person number two, they may have 500 strands in this one lock, 300 strands in this one lock. And that's just because they don't have as much hair as I have. So it does not matter if you find a lock inspo and they have 30, 40, 50, 60 locks. If you ask them how many locks they have, thinking that you're gonna go to your loctician and tell them that you want that same exact number, and you think they're gonna look the same, that is not going to happen unless you and your lock inspo have the same type of hair texture / density. Because I'm telling you, it's not gonna matter. And what's gonna happen is, you see me, like I don't have, like my scalp's not showing, like, you know, I don't have any issues with that. But somebody who does have hair that is a little bit more on the finer side, you may have a lot of scalp showing. So it may look like you got a permanent retwist. And I'm not saying that to be funny, like I'm being so serious. So I just want you guys to really realize. Now there are things that you can do to help thicken your locks. Like, you know, you can use certain oils. Jamaican black castor oil is really good for stimulating hair growth and also for thickening the actual strands of your hair. So you can go in and try things like Jamaican black castor oil. Also, you cannot retwist as often because retwisting can cause your locks to thin. If you palm roll down your lock, it of course condenses the hairs to be more compact and, you know, condensing that lock. So me, I don't palm roll down the length of my lock, okay? So as you can see, I got a lot of character going down at the bottom here. But for example, if I was to palm roll this lock continuously, it would obviously be skinnier because it's not going to be as compact. For me, for example, if I wanted to make sure that my locks never thin and that I always have thick locks, I need to watch how often, you know, I retwist. So let's just say I just started my locks and I have 50 parts, 50 starter locks. If I would have continuously retwisted my locks say if I wash and retwisted every single week, my locks would not be this thick at all. They wouldn't be this thick. So it really comes down to your maintenance and the formation stages, of course. That's just like with anything, you know, children, a new skill. It's all gonna come down to that foundation. So your foundation, as far as your hair type, hair density, the hair maintenance, lock maintenance, things like that. All those are going to play a huge part in how thick your locks are. But I really just want you guys to realize that it does not matter if you never ever retwist. If your hair is not naturally thick, then you will not have thick locks unless you decrease the amount of locks that you have. So take me with my 50 and take somebody with fine hair. They may need to have only 20, 30 locks for their locks to be the same size as me. But then that leaves room for not as much fullness and volume and a little bit more of like that scalpy look. So it all comes down to your hair type. You have to really realize that. Please do not find a lock inspo and run with that lock inspo and think that you're gonna get what they get, especially if you do not have the same hair type that they have to start out with. So I just wanted to really come and tell you guys that, because I don't want your hearts to be broken. You know, if you look at me, for example, and you're like, oh, she got 50 locks, let me start with 50, and your locks, you know, they're a lot smaller, they're a lot skinnier. You are not me, I am not you. Your journey is your journey. Like I said, always, it's okay to have inspiration, but be realistic with your inspiration, please, okay? So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next video.